Right, what's up, Dragon Brood? As we get toward the end of the season, I wanted to give another shot to Mono Green and see if we could make any changes that make a difference here as we start to wrap things up. But we still have a little bit of time, so we're not going to jump ship yet. But we are going to talk about what this version looks like and what it's able to do. So we're starting with a couple copies of Defend the Rider because, well, this card's just good at doing a lot of things, but most importantly, keeping creatures alive. We do have Llanowar Elves, of course, and Paw Patch Recruit, because these are some of the best one-drops you can play in this style of deck. We also have Frenzied Baloth. This is good, one, for being a haste creature after a sweeper, but also making it to where things just can't be countered. And we have a lot of creatures in the deck, like 31 or something. It's a bunch. We do have Hunter's Talent, and I went with this over the other one to put the +1/+1, mostly because this can enable Trample, which is a pretty big deal in some cases. We do have Intrepid Paleontologist to help with the mana a little bit, because we are a touch mana light. We're only playing 22 forests. But then we also have Keen-Eyed Curator that can remove stuff from graveyards. So we have those two to help with the graveyard fights. We have Archdruid's Charm, which can help us find our bigger cards if we need them. It can also remove a creature, or if we need to get rid of artifacts or enchantments. So it gives us a few different things to do there. We have Predator Ooze, which is just hard to deal with, but does get bigger as it keeps attacking. We have Scrap Shooters, which have Reach, which is pretty big, but also can destroy artifacts and enchantments, so we're doubling up on that ability a little bit. And then we do have Spinner of Souls as well, which has Reach. All very easy to cast, but this also helps us get more cards, because we don't have a lot of ways to do that in here, just a couple. One of those things being Surrak Elusive Hunter, which is also good because it can't be countered, but if your opponent targets any of your stuff, you get to draw cards. And of course, if you're playing green and you're playing creatures, you're going to be playing Ouroboros, so no surprise there. And we have one copy of Vivian just as a catch-all, help us get more cards kind of thing if the game goes long. And of course, those 22 forests that we talked about. It's kind of a tight little list, though. If you want to go ahead and pick this up, y'all know the drill. Check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. But you can get anything there, and you can get it at 5% off if you use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. Okay, let's go see if Mono Green can still hold up on the Mythic ladder. Sure. We'll see what we can do with this. Having double Defend the Rider isn't the best, if we're being honest, but maybe we'll get use out of these other cards. I felt like there was an opportunity there, and we didn't get it. They didn't play like a Llanowar Elf to help us out. And they didn't kill our Paw Patch recruits. Okay, that's good news, right? That's unfortunate, but kind of necessary. Man, did not get the land we needed. This hurts a lot, actually. And here comes Hydra. Oh, Chocobo. Oh, fair enough. You know what? What if we attack with both of them? They were not interested in our shenanigans. All right. Oh, they're going to attempt to target something? I mean, they have red, so it's possible they have some type of removal here. We'll see, though. All right, that's a land. Nothing in the yard to get back or anything. Interesting. They World Souls Rage, but then didn't sack their land to get a thing back? Okay. Sure. And you're World Souls Raging this. Sounds good. Oh, maybe they're trying to trick us, and they've got another something here? Nope, they just have a forest. Okay, well, that's a pretty good turn for us. We just got more value, right? And a Llanowar Elf, sure. Now, this does make attacking a little bit difficult because... Oh, well, never mind. They left a creature back to block with instead of doing that. Okay, cool, cool. Then let's, I guess, just attack. Like, why do anything else there? I mean, we're also light on mana, so that's a little tough. Sure, we kind of got to waste it here. Get as much damage in as we can. All right. No, had they left the Traveling Chocobo back, it would have made attacking a little more difficult, where I probably would have attacked with just the Baloth and save it. Because I wouldn't want to lose both my... or lose either creature if I could avoid it there. Looks like the majority of their game plan was based around protecting Tifa and growing that up. But with Tifa gone, they seem to not have as strong of a plan here. That's nice. Let's go ahead and pump this up. And go attacking. I mean, they could always have Overprotect or something here, so this is definitely not over. If they don't, then we win with trample damage, but or Giant Growth or something. Okay, Snakeskin Veil. That's something. I mean, you only take 5, so you're not dead. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, every little bit matters. Okay, got there. Wow. All right. Veteran Survivor. I feel like I've been seeing that a little bit more lately on the ladder. And I don't know why, totally. But interesting to see it. Seam Rip, you got it? I mean, I get it. You play Seam Rip. It's a good card. Interesting that that's the choice when you're playing stuff that wants to remove things from graveyards. But here's what it is. What do you have at instant speed for 1 white? Let's find out. Okay. Well, don't know what it is. Something scary? Eh, kinda. What's the other half of that? You unlock it, you put a +1/+1 on each of up to 2 targets. Okay, that's fair. Let's go with... I'm going to go with the Trampler here. It keeps pausing, like there's something there. Maybe play an enchantment here to block, kill a creature? Nope. Okay. There you go. I was wondering where the other trick is. That makes sense. Sure. So these creatures get bigger. We get to play Archdruid's Charm, or... Oh, we're going to play Ouroboros. Who am I kidding? The crazy thing is, though, like, we could still potentially die here. Just going to 10. Which is crazy to say that, but totally legit. Man, I wish I had another 2-mana thing in hand here. So if you unlock both the parts of the room already, you already got what you're going to get out of it. Oh, if we kill this, we attack for 7... If we play Ouroboros, we attack for 9. They go to 5, and I have just Ouroboros untapped. Don't love that. I think I'm going to play defensively and just attack here. I feel like 7's a good enough number that we could maybe prevent death from happening. Oh, opponent's saying GG's. What's that about? No blocks? You're going to try to pump something? Oh, you don't know about my Charm. See, you were trying to get crafty over here. Y'all, what have we said before? Y'all gotta stop with these early GGs happening. It happens like once a night. It's embarrassing at this point. Come on. Plus, GG should be given by the loser first, not the winner. Come on, we know all this from playing tabletop card games all this time. But see, playing defensively did work. Though, I guess technically, had we just left Ouroboros back, we still would have been okay. But yeah, I've said it on a recent video, just this last week, I think. Like, so often we have opponents that say GG early, when, like, I had 4 mana open and 4 cards in hand. Like, so many things could have happened. I could have just made a blocker with a Defend the Rider or whatever. There's a billion ways that game could have potentially not been over. But anyway, we won. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, this isn't the best keep. You don't necessarily want 4 lands and 2 mana creatures opening, but maybe we'll get some cards to take advantage of it. Come on, deck. Don't fail us. Don't fail us. You know what? That qualifies. That's a good hit. We'll take that. So now, even if we were to try to go for it on an Ouroboros, assuming we drew one, we'd still get to put counters and attack for at least 5, so that's not terrible. We can live with that. Oh, they're doing graveyard shenanigans. Excellent. So we will try to get to our Intrepid Paleontologist in another turn or so. But in the meantime, we're going to do this. And attack. Feel free to block a Paw Patch Recruit. Mm-hmm. And we'll have the mana to remove 2 things from their graveyard, which will be nice. That deck's super popular right now. Like, I think I played at least... If I play for 2 hours on a night, I'm going to run into that at least 3 times, it feels like. Wow, greedy. Rise of the Dark Realms. Wow. There are a lot of variations on this deck, though, which do make it kind of interesting as a Reanimator deck. It's not like we've figured out the best version and just solved it, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. I was going to say, even if we had Ouroboros, not enough here. And, of course, we draw it, so haha, joke's on me. But plan here is going to be to... what do you have in the graveyard, actually? Oh, just the Bringer? And a Town Greeter. You can copy either of those. I don't think we really care. 3, 4, 5, 6. If we do that, then you spend your turn killing that. Yeah, alright, we're in. I think we're okay here. I mean, because we get rid of Bringer, so they don't have anything great to get. And then they just have a 4/4 blocker. And then we play Ouroboros. Actually, that's still not enough, because they could block this, and then that's just 6. Oh no, actually, we still have Paleontologist at that point. Yeah, Demolition Field doesn't scare us. Yep, Paleontologist coming in clutch. Man, I feel like this is going to be a theme, where we're going to get these opening hands that have 2 lands, and we have to fight for the 3rd. But, let's see. Well, we drew the extra forest on the first card, so that's good. And we have something to cast on, too, even if the Llanowar dies here. Or is otherwise dealt with. Oh, are they trying to fill graveyard stuff? Maybe I don't want to run the Keen-Eyed Curator out there so quick. Let's go with this. Because I feel like this is some type of Yuna deck, and if so, we probably want to have the Keen-Eyed Curator for later. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Alright, so don't want to look too surprised here. Can they get anything out? I don't think they can do anything on 4. They needed to do it on 5. I'm pretty certain. So, knowing that information, if we attack, we play, I don't know, this and this maybe? Alright, let's go. I mean, they'll probably block with Terra here. Yeah, it makes sense. They still take 2. I think it's safe to do this. And then probably this. And then after this, we have to spend our turns on Keen-Eyed Curator, I think. Or at least I assume that's what we're aiming for here. And then we can pretty much do nothing else. Like, it's Keen-Eyed Curator to buy us the time that we need. Alright, attacking with this. They can trade both of their duders. Nope, they didn't want to. Alright, so I think we're only going Curator here. In the turn. So now if they try to Yuna, we can get rid of whatever the Yuna target is. I mean, they could always sweep the board here. And if so, we at least get to remove 4 things from their graveyard. Nope, they're just going for Yuna now. Fair enough. I mean, remember, they can also hard cast things too. So Yuna goes to targets. We will remove that to start with. And then we will remove any other potential threats. Actually, we'll just remove all the creatures, I guess. Though, we could get a land and an instant while we're here. That'll work. So if we wish to attack, we could. The opponent would still be able to trade multiple things, which would not be great. So we don't love that. Let's play this, though. And then just leave mana up so nothing too crazy can happen. I mean, they can almost just cast one of their big creatures here anyway. Since we didn't really get off to a fast start. Yep. Alright. I assumed it'd be something like that. Let's get rid of the enchantment. Let's get rid of a creature. Let's get rid of another creature. Alright. And those just go to exile. Sure, we'll block. You gain some life. Okay. That's not good. But we might as well attack, right? Do we... I think at this point, we just need to top deck Ouroboros or something, right? Alright. Sitting on Scrap Shooter in case they play, like, I don't know, Bahamut or something. Alright, they're going to discard something here and just be able to get it back, and we can call it good. Assuming. Nope, they didn't want to discard anything. Interesting. Alright. And nothing. And they get an Overlord. Okay. Intriguing. We did not find what we need, sadly. So I'm gonna assume the opponent's not sweeping the board, and we're just gonna try to make the most of it. We haven't found any fight spells. We haven't done just like anything here, which is disappointing. I mean, you might as well attack with this and get it built up. You got it. I'm assuming if they just have something... Well, no, they would have discarded it so they could get it with Yuna last turn. Unless he just drew it. Something worth casting here. Okay. Overlord, sure. Alright, that's strong. Yep. Get to draw and discard again. No, they chose not to? Okay. Sure. You got it. Alright, nothing scary got milled. And sadly, we only drew a Llanowar Elf. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Alright. I think this is where we could pack it up, right? Because all these things get trample. We'll see. Okay. Because now, even if we get the cards we want, it just doesn't matter, right? At least I assume not. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to the opponent. I don't think we have real out. We drew pretty badly in that game. Okay. This is reasonable, actually. I think we're going to go recruit into Paleontologist to try to set up some stuff, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, well, worst case would be recruit dies, then Paleontologist dies. But if they target the Paleontologist, we could at least put a counter on the recruit. And even if we don't draw a third land, I mean, we have Curator, so we're not without options. But I bet they're going to kill this. Yep. So now, I was going to say we would like to draw a third land there just to save the effort. But they'll probably try to kill this too. Because why not? I mean, if I were them, I would do it. Yeah, of course. Okay, here comes Predator Ooze. Problem now, though, is just Predator Ooze. They could very well just put a 3/3 in the way or something and block for a turn. Oh. Didn't expect to see a Hired Claw. But, you know, those are things that happened. This is weird. Like, do I attack or not attack here? I could, like, double block a Bastronaut. I guess we don't attack because it discourages the Bastronaut from attacking. I don't know. It's weird. Well, if they attack with a Hired Claw here, at least we get to block and kill it the one time. Oh, well, that's randomly nice. Sadly, I have to do this. Oh, well, they blocked, I guess, a different way than we expected, but that works. Have this deal damage to this. Not quite what we were looking for, but, you know, it does a thing. I mean, if they have another one, it sucks, but... Needlehead's pretty good, too. Yeah, might as well get all the damage in there. I would. Sure, we're just going to block here. Alright, take a point. We can play Curator. We can play this guy. Actually, are we even benefited to attack at all here? I guess no attacks. We probably could, but I don't think that's really what we want to be doing. Nova Hellkite. That's unfortunate. I mean, depending on what they have in hand, they could create some bad blocking situations for us here. And Needlehead does have first strike right now. Oh. Alright. I mean, sure. We'll just block here. Alright, they only have instants and creatures over there. We do get counters on those, which helps. Problem is, we might just be too far behind at this point. Unless we find one of our creatures with reach, I think here would be good. But without that... yeah, I don't think that's going to do it.
If you won't how this thing goes, I'll speak on never forget.
It's too little too late. Yeah, I think we had a chance, but we're not going to be able to get there. I mean, I say that. Is there a world where we block? I was just thinking, like, is it possible that we could get something like Ouroboros, maybe, but we don't have Trample. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, we also need to be able to block a Nova Hellkite for a turn, because we're going to go to 5 here. Fortunately, we have the Predator Oozes keeping the... oh, okay. Actually, we can't do that this turn, though, is the problem. Alright. Can we find a 2-mana thing to go with?
Life is tenacious.
Alright, I guess we get Paw Patch Recruits. It does actually have Trample, which could matter. Then we play this Duder. Alright. So now... these have double strike and could pump. They're at 20. So I'm just like, even if we Ouroboros, we would need Ouroboros plus a land, right? Oh, because no, it's only when it's attacking. I'm just trying to think of a way we get to block here and still do enough to stay alive on a future turn. Because, like, I could double block to commit there. I could block here. I could double block here. Keep this and this. Everything else dies, but the opponent still had a bunch of life. They still have the Nova Hellkite. Yeah, I guess we just have to pass. It's very unfortunate. I want to attack, but I think attacking with the Predators is all I have available. But I mean, I guess we go for it. And then I'll just have to figure out the difference. Oh, they're going to give one up? Oh, I didn't think they would. Okay, well that changes things. Okay. It's not stellar, but it's much better than the situation I thought we were going to be faced with. All right, cool. I guess they saw the Ouroboros and figured that was it. I mean, they attack here, we block, we go to 4. We minimum play Ouroboros. Depending on what we draw, maybe we could find like another Baloth or something. But then they block, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we could have still been dead, potentially. I mean, obviously, if we didn't have it, I probably would have just looked for another thing to block a Hellkite, realistically. But glad we didn't have to deal with that decision. Yeah, can't keep this one. This is bad. This we can consider keeping. Man, this is tough. I think I got to do that, though. All right. There's an elf. Yeah, if this is like the Drunith deck or something, I don't know what we do here. Oh, this is worse. That's definitely not what we wanted it to be. All right, well, if they have the right cards, they can go off here. Man, putting back that charm is going to come back to bite me now. Yep. Yep. You got it. Anything crazy? No, just to let... We got bailed out a little bit there. For real. Okay. What's our plan? We found another charm, but is it too late? Because they're going to get this no matter what. Man. This is hard. And this is actually colorless, not an artifact. Oh, I guess I attack for 4. I don't think they'll block and trade one of the Battlecriers, but if they do... I was going to say, we probably would have just used Archdruid's Charm and try to get them there. Do we just play one Paw Patch? That feels bad too, though. God, I don't like any of these options. They're all terrible. Alright, let's do this. And we'll just have to hope to draw one of our better cards or something. I don't know. I mean, the opponent has a lot of options here. I mean, they get to play this cheap, and then... Oh, yet another one. Yeah, you get to play them both. I mean, that counts. All right. So this isn't the worst thing. At some point, maybe they'll draw lands. Nope, they have a sure shot. That's exciting. Now, we get to block with something that will at least help us search for a card, so maybe we find an Ouroboros that way. Opponent didn't bite. All right, I could have searched for one, but I think that's what we're going to do next turn. Depending on what they get here. Maybe I waited one turn too long. Sure, you got it. Sweet, let's go. Let's get an Ouroboros. It's like the best thing we can get here. Oh, double Ouroboros. Too bad I only cast one. Still in a little bit of a standoff, but we'll try to get them next turn if they don't combo here. And that's a big if, because I have 2 cards. Sure. I can... I'm just going to take it. Like, if you have something to kill me, you kill me. Nice! Yeah, I only let that through because I've played that deck enough to know that they really don't have direct burn spells. Could have been a version that had something like, I don't know, the Overlord or the Boiler Bilges, but even then that only deals 4, so we would have went to 2. And if they had it, they would have played it pre-combat, so they could have given it haste there. So I felt pretty safe in not blocking. Plus, for them, the other option was if we did block and potentially kill that, then they would get to search for something. So if we blocked, it was probably going to be with something like a Frenzied Baloth or Paw Patch Recruit anyway. So just to suck up some damage and not actually kill the Vestiges. But fortunately, didn't have to worry about it. Ooh, okay. Let's see what we can do with this. Got a long way till Vivian. And didn't really want to draw that, the one of. But, you know, we'll have to make do. Gonna bounce my Paw Patch Recruits. Nope, they don't have it. Sweet. Oh, if they're planning on countering, Frenzied Baloth is gonna make their life a lot of not fun. You know what's funny about that card? We actually can't interact with it with the Hunter's talent. I have to get Charm to do anything, which is so amusing. Go attacking. Opponent's at 10. They do have flash creatures and stuff. I was going to say, there you go. Things that matter here. And we have creatures that can block flyers, not friars. So that's good. Uh-oh, what else you want to do here? Can't be blocked? Sure. Interesting, so it's going to leave them just 1 blue mana up, right? So, I could either just play this, have a blocker. Probably fine. I think I'm just going to get rid of their creature. Here. Get rid of that. Let's go ahead and pump this. Go attacking. That's 7. They're at 3. I think we're in pretty good shape here. I mean, depending on their mana, they could have, like, more Flood Pits Drowner. They could have the fairy thing that taps a creature. So they have outs still. But I think it at least puts them in a situation where you can't just rely on something like the Enduring Curiosity or anything. Oh, interesting. You didn't do that pre-combat, but okay. Oh, well, that's cute. Yeah, opponent's just saying GG's here, but we will attempt to attack. Attempt to put a counter here. Or at least a +1 there. Yeah, Enduring Curiosity, not going to be nearly enough since our whole pile tramples. Yeah, it all tramples, opponent. Take your pick. That feels good, though. Not going to lie. Beating the blue deck's always fun. It is pretty neat to see this deck popping up more. Granted, our version was a little bit different, but we played one, I think, 2 weeks ago. And it was pretty interesting and actually solid, and now I'm seeing it more regularly on the ladder, so that's cool. And there's a lot of different versions that are budget builds. But anyway, let's talk about this one and see how we feel about it. Alright, so a couple of things I want to note here real quick. One, I did have to go through several versions to find the right one that was actually had the right mix of cards for all the things we expected to see in the metagame. Ended up having a lot of anti-graveyard cards. We have 5, and honestly, I could even go for a 6th Keen-Eyed Curator or Paleontologist, potentially. Because you're worried about, like, the Graveyard VV decks. You're about Reanimator stuff. There's the Yuna decks, right? All of those have things that care about graveyards, so having answers for all that stuff is great. The other concern is, without our Boroid, we don't have anything huge. So when your opponent gets, like, I don't know, a big Yuna or something else like the 4/6 flyer that like draws you a card, right? It takes a little more work to punch through. Now, we do have stuff like Predator Ooze that can grow and do things. We also have Ouroboros. I think Predator Ooze is fine. I don't know if 3 is the right number. Again, I think we could go for 2 of them and maybe turn one of them into something else. Whether it's another Spinner of Souls, which I think is actually reasonable against a lot of decks, or if you're worried about more graveyard stuff, going that route. If you need more removal, again, we could go with Hunter's Talent or add the other Archdruid's Charm. And Archdruid's Charm actually has the versatility of letting us search for something as well. So, kind of can go either way. Take your pick on what you want that to look like. But this is playable. Did we need to do, even in this video, I think we played against several reasonable decks. The Mono Blue, the Sultai Reanimator deck. Don't know what else we encountered, but it felt like we saw most of the mainstays. Probably would struggle a bit against the life gain deck if you don't get your early removal or an early Ouroboros that sticks. But outside of that, feels at least reasonable. I'm saying all that to say, I still think the best version is probably playing blue or green splashing blue. So you could play the counter spell that also puts counters on things, or you could play intrusion, so you can just counter a triggered ability, or even just return like a Llanowar Elf or a recruit and do that. Or splashing black, so you can either play like 4 Duress and 4, I don't know, Maelstrom Pulse for your removal. Just gives you a little bit of extra flexibility and options if you want to do that, and we have the lands to do both. So I'm going to leave that up to y'all, but if you do like just mono green, this is a thing you can play to finish out the season. So have some fun with it. Go enjoy it. Link will be in the description. It'll take you over to Moxfield. Don't forget to save money over at Tales Adventure. And remember to leave a comment so you actually are eligible for next week's drawing. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.